Hello, wonderful you lot watchers, and welcome back to the Super Mega Fun Time Thursday. Not at all, not gonna work. Roll20 stream. I'm sure this won't end in complete disaster.
Let's aim for
Not very
partial
positive.
disaster and see what happens.
Sure, why not? You might notice that everything looks a bit different. And that's because...
What do you mean different?
we're all in little bubbles or squares. Where is everyone at the moment? Johnny, where are you?
I'm in my house in the wonderful town of Haverford.
Wow. And Catherine, where are you?
I'm in my house in Reading.
And Matt, where are you?
I am in my flat in deepest, darkest Hertfordshire.
And Georgia, where are you?
I'm in my flat in Isleworth.
So now everyone knows where everyone
Now
lives.
everyone knows
Hang
where we
on,
live.
hang on. Wait, Adam, where are you?
So
Where are you?
I'm the only one who made it to where we were going to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, everyone else didn't get the memo.
I'm just saying, like, I made the effort to be here.
If I get corona, I am coming over there and hugging you.
Yeah, I probably got it already.
Corona.
You that shared that today? That's fine.
My corona.
Okay, right, I'm there. So I've done very little prep, which is never good.
You don't tell us that part, Adam. You just wind us up and watch us spiral into a massive confusion for 3 hours.
Oh, we got all the classics. We got Windspear. Hey, dude. Where is the Watcher? We need Windspear and Watcher chat.
I mean, maybe if we'd given him some warning.
Rather than just going live.
I'm not sure it's really reasonable to have a dig at him for not showing up.
Oh, I think it is.
When
I'll
we
ban him.
didn't
How do
tell
I
him it was happening.
I'm going to ban him from the stream for not doing Right, let's start. Sorry. Right, yeah, that's true. All the other players decided to not test out their con saves by staying at their own houses. So,
What my dice rolls are like, it wasn't worth it.
we'll see what we can do on Roll20. I'm not great on it. It's been a long time since I've ran a campaign and tried to do streaming as well. So here we go. Can you remember where you guys left off?
I do not, because I wasn't there.
We were in Vallaki. We had just finished talking to the Burgomaster, having freed him from the curse that Lady Watcher had been inflicting on him with her voodoo doll. We'd just finished talking to him. We were going to go... Are we going to go to the Vistani next?
Yeah, we need to drop that leg off.
Yeah, we need to slip the Vistani the bone. And then...
We've got a day, don't we? Until we've got to see the Dusk Elf.
Yes.
Is it a day? I thought it was like less than that now.
No,
We're talking about going and finding the kids and decided we didn't have enough time to do that.
Yeah, so we're going to do that on the way back from the Amber Temple, I think. Or at least we're going to come back from the Amber Temple and then go off to find the werewolves and rescue the kids.
Okay, brilliant.
And on the way to the Amber Temple, we are going to the Knights of the Silver Dragons place.
Yes.
Because it's on the way.
Sounds good. So, Red, here's what you missed. 1 second. I can hear you type, Matt.
Okay, that's not going to work. I will selectively mute and and inevitably forgets.
Brilliant. So, the battle with Lady Watcher was, well, it was more her companions in arms trying to overthrow Vargas. Was short and pretty brutal. One of the cultists managed to turn the others into a rage, making them attack. Outside, the guards with Gabriel had a bit of a staring match, and then Gabriel turned into Isaac and ordered them. The mercenaries, believing themselves all to be dead men, attacked, but they were able to get a hold of the situation and promised they wouldn't all be killed. And then, after dealing with her minions and exploring her house, they went over back to the Baron Vargas's house after lifting. It turned out that Lady Watcher had been cursing him and sending him insane through magic. But one of the things that she had also done while cursing him and sending him insane with magic was, in the attack, somehow she had managed to affect her own daughter. So they used the idol she had made to lift the curse on Vargas, and did what they could to lift the curse on her daughter, but they didn't get rid of all of it on the daughter. You went back to Vargas, had a little chitty chat with him, and that's pretty much where we left it, wasn't it?
Yes, pretty much, yeah.
Cool.
We were heading out, weren't we? We were heading back to the tavern.
What is the name of the daughter? I can't remember.
1 second.
Does it begin with a C? Is it like Cecily or something?
Stella.
Stella.
Hello.
I will let you explain the best bit about what you found in Lady Watcher's bedroom.
Oh,
God.
Her
yes.
dead husband. She's been using.
What?
She and her husband, deceased of many years, are still touchingly close.
Oh no.
Practicing social distancing.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There is a necromancy spell called Gentle Repose, which perfectly preserves a corpse.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
No. No, I don't like that.
None of us did.
I don't like that.
No.
None of us enjoyed that moment.
Nasty.
Sorry.
No.
What's up, Adam?
Fucking fuck.
Ah.
Fuck. So, at work, the doctors all want training, and all of the juniors need training, so we've been setting up tele-training, and I've literally spent 2 days jumping through everything. So 4 different sites split between 3 separate trusts. All of the doctors could have training, and the person who's supposed to be delivering the training hasn't replied to a single email. Not one. Nothing. They replied to nothing. And then I've sent out all the instructions on how to do it, asked her to test it, nothing. And she's just got back and said, due to this unsettling time, I do not believe that any of the doctors are in the right mindset to take the training that I'm offering, and that we should postpone it. You can fuck off. That is absolutely disgusting behaviour. That's pissed me off. Yeah. Anyway, okay, lovely. So.
Good. Well, you're now in the perfect mindset to
And us all.
run
BBK.
a game for us.
Yeah, wonderful. What an absolute bitch. That is really irritating. That is incredible.
Yeah,
get into that, right?
Right, okay. Right, so you were in Vargas's house.
Yes.
I think we were leaving actually to go back to the tavern.
Someone just asked what happened to the Smile Guy. Unfortunately, Smile Guy's Jackal's wife is Italian, as are all of her family. So they're not sure. They've got a lot of people who are at high risk and stuff like that, so they're kind of dealing with that. So we've got no Jackal. Yeah, I would not want to be in Italy right now. Let's just put up a nice picture of Jackal smiling. That would make everyone happy. It's a good job we're in the game, because otherwise I would have written that woman the most horrendous response. Okay, let's go. So you were going back to the inn?
Yeah.
I I think we may need to give some of the money back.
What money?
We levied a fine on the Watcher House for their cult-like activities. Essentially, we searched the Watcher House and found a lot of money, along with some very unpleasant.
We did.
And while I have absolutely no problem with depriving the Brothers Watcher of their alcohol fund, we have also in the process dispossessed Stella Watcher, who is the very definition of an innocent victim.
We found that money in a secret room,
Yes.
so I'm sure they have other funds that aren't secret.
Did you see their house?
Be committed to be handing stuff out to their son and daughter. Or maybe giving some money back to this now.
Really?
I mean, she's going to need something to live on.
Do you trust these brothers to take care of her?
Or just spend it on alcohol?
They don't quite strike me as the kind of people who want to be saddled with a vulnerable sister.
Yeah, true.
Is there not someone else that we could persuade to let her stay with?
I mean, we could ask Baron Vargas.
Isn't she meant to marry his son?
I think so. That could create problems.
I mean, do we know anybody else in this town whose life we haven't ruined?
I'm sure there are some.
I have no recollection of how much money we took. It's on my character sheet.
Maybe something to bear in mind. Anyway, we need to go and give a bone to the Vistani, right? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. And then we have to fulfill their side of the bargain, which is with the dust.
Yes.
Casimir, he is
Yes, Casimir.
he is very old and very ruthless. And he scares me not a small amount.
He also wants to take us to the place that was foretold on the cards.
Yes. I'm not suggesting not suggesting that we don't go, because you made the agreement with him, and also
But that we make sure we keep our wits about us.
that would be a good idea, I think. Yes. Very much so. Very much so.
Right. So, best behaviour.
I mean, it's going to be a fair journey. Are we sure we can maintain that for long enough?
I can.
What counts as best behaviour?
Red looks pointedly at Gabriel and Hessia.
I think you'll find when we went trekking through the forest in the middle of the night to find you, I was the only one who didn't fall flat on my face at some point. Just saying.
Is that relevant?
It must be.
It felt it in my head.
Okay, good. Good.
Considering I was not raised in a city or a town, any behaviour is good behaviour for me.
Oh, is that how you're doing the definition?
Can you grab me the
Right.
light from
Yes.
on top of the cupboard?
Okay.
The little one.
So, how you were raised? Were you literally raised by wolves?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Oh, can you give me the batteries and the charger?
Going right in there.
Thank you.
Well, I mean,
The same way as I imagine it would happen to anyone walking in the wood. Wolf finds you. Wolf has a strange affinity for you. Wolf takes you home.
Normally, wolf eats you.
Actually, no. It was a panther that tried to eat me.
and the wolves saved you from the panther.
Yes.
Wow. That's quite the story.
Yes. Quite normal, actually.
When you say it's quite normal, whose definition of normal are we using?
It's the only normal that I've ever known. So
Right.
it's normal.
Yours. Okay, right. Well, in the wider context.
In the wider context for me, you living in a city for most of your life is very strange.
I mean, I lived in a winery for most of my life, to be fair.
Also strange.
And in a bag.
And in a bag. Also strange. So in fact, in my by my standards, you are far more strange than I.
I mean, yes, by your standards, I will concur. I am very strange for living indoors and not being raised by wolves.
Yes.
As you kind of walk through town, you arrive outside the Blue Water Inn.
Are we going in?
It's Adam. It's tomorrow morning that they are planning on leaving and want us to go with them a chunk of the way, right?
It is indeed, yeah.
Okay.
And we rest and leave tomorrow morning.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I didn't hear that either.
Very quiet, Johnny.
Then we rest and we leave tomorrow morning.
Good idea.
If we could deliver the bone to the Vistani tonight and tell Casimir to meet us outside the gate tomorrow morning.
Wait a second. Red,
Yeah.
have you got a duvet around you?
Yes, I'm on my bed. I'm on my bed.
Amazing.
Where is the temple? Is it cold?
Oh, I'm doing myself now.
Where is the temple? Is it not cold?
It's not cold. I'm just cozy.
Just a little head.
There's a little potato.
Little
I'm
potato
wondering,
head.
like,
A little potato.
Potato.
Anyway.
Potato.
Sorry, back to roleplay.
Yes.
As you kind of stand outside the Blue Water Inn, deciding and remembering how long you've got, you would all be aware that you were told to get to where you were travelling would be very cold, and you needed to prepare for that.
Oh yeah. I am still. Well, I have fabric for a cloak now. I could do with some time to fix that. I could also do with some better, warmer clothes, since I'm wearing scraps of armour.
I can set myself on fire. Does that count?
No.
No.
How long can you stay on fire for?
I'd imagine pretty indefinitely.
Surely she'd be warm then.
One second. Matt,
If
type
that
in-
doesn't work, I need one.
Is there anywhere we could get hold of
Supplies.
warmer clothing and supplies?
There'll be somewhere in town, surely.
Yes.
What about the hunters? Surely the hunter has
there is
furs.
1 second. There is a tannery called the
They'll have
Crash
furs.
Tannery. And
can
there
definitely go there.
is a clothier called the Endless Delight.
Ooh.
You sure that's about cloth?
Yeah.
We need some stuff to keep us warm. We need supplies for this journey.
Let's go see the tanner.
Yes.
Check out the
Okay.
tanner's yard.
I guess Constance and Jackal are going to stay in the Blue Water. since they're not
Yes,
here.
yes, you assume very well.
They're gonna help pack up.
Yes, yes. Jakul is going to offer to look after Stella and try and use his magic to bring her out of the curse that she was under. And Constance is going to help them pack.
That's very convenient of the pair of them.
Yeah.
I mean, nice of the pair of them.
Make sure we get supplies for them as well.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go to the tanner's yard.
Doop doop.
So if I was prepared, this is where I would have like really cool graphics of the tanner, like it's going to look amazing on the screen and incredible, and you'd be like, oh my god, look at that tanner, it looks so cool.
Adam, we can just pretend that we're seeing the amazing graphics, and for some reason it's just not come across.
Oh my god!
Those graphics are amazing and so cool.
I drew it myself.
Our imaginations, guys.
Imaginations. I'm
Shut
a
up, you're
visual
in the air.
learner.
Yeah.
Can you pin it on the map? Is it this one here?
No, it's over.
Or is it that one there?
Yeah,
Is
down
it
down
here?
Yay! Yay!
Oh, there.
Yeah, there we go.
Whee!
You can see it well.
Whee!
Demand a different colour.
Sorry.
Don't know
right.
what colour my one is.
Green. You should be green.
Green. Oh, you have to hold it. There you go. Haha.
So you're going to the tanner.
Yes. At the minute, I think we're having too much fun with this.
Making circles.
Mistakes made.
We're so easily distracted.
Anyway, no, actually, we're completely on target. That is the palace.
Oh my days. Right. Okay.
So, just to be clear, we are going here.
As
Yes.
you make your way through the town, which doesn't seem to be returning to normal. It seems very quiet still, even for the current time of day. As you
It will settle back to normal. It just once the word spreads, I'm sure everything will be fine.
the town is quite an old building. The smell of urines and like not rotten meat, but that kind of deep, earthy.
Oh, great smell.
Yeah.
Sexy smell.
Yeah. You can see the land around it is stained by the chemicals which have been used to sort of process these levers and whatnot. You can hear the sound from inside the building as the door is slightly ajar. Quite a deep, honest voice coming from inside.
You probably know the man, don't you?
Well, I don't think so. I've not had any business with the tanner before. I'll knock.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello. Come in, come in.
Thank you.
See quite a heavy set gentleman, probably 50s, maybe 60s, hard to tell. Big heavy leather apron on with a number of pockets with tools in it. Quite close shaven beard, not particularly in a style, just close shaven. Slight signs of age in his hair as it's receding down the middle, but still quite long around the sides. Wearing like an undergarment, but the sleeves rolled all the way up as he's dunking various skins into different sort of barrels of who knows what.
We were wondering if you could help us with some cold weather gear. We're looking at climbing some mountains up to the snow line.
I've managed to lose your video, Matt.
Yeah, same.
And we've all lost you.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I'm still moving. It's everybody else that's gone static.
Everyone else is wrong.
I'm still big, it's just the world got small. Hang on, I'll reconnect.
Yep, you're back.
Hooray!
Yay!
So yes, cold weather gear, snowline.
You're looking for furs and hides, then?
Yes.
Yes.
Hides to hide your hides from the frost. Ha ha ha.
I don't understand.
It's a pun.
A what?
Skin is
Wouldn't lie about
You don't know what puns are.
I wouldn't lie about it, man.
This journey is just going to be so much fun. Yes, we're looking for cold weather gear for the four of us and two others. One of them is a half orc, and the other is a dragonkin.
Dragonborn.
What is the
Dragonborn.
difference?
A kin is someone of a dragon. So like
But
a baby dragon.
He's
is
got
a
like
dragon.
dragon and scales. I mean, how is he?
That's a little bit insensitive. They're not the same thing.
Aren't they?
No,
No.
Okay, dragonborn. Apparently.
the dragons born do not actually like dragons.
Right, well, this is a very interesting conversation.
Yes, I will gesture to demonstrate the approximate proportions of both my half orc and dragon-born companions.
We're going to ideally need hides made for cold weather. Goat or deer hides would do. And lots of them.
Right, I've got
Gabriel, we look different.
I've got wolf, or I've got some hog or wolf.
Wolf will do. It will trap the heat more.
For how many of you is there? 6.
6.
Right, give me a second. There'll be 120 gold pieces.
Looked at.
Is that a lot?
Yes.
Red doesn't know money. Doesn't need money.
Roughly how much markup is he putting?
I don't think we've got that much.
You're going to pay the man then, Hesia.
That's
My accounts are elsewhere, but I don't think we have that much.
probably. Yeah, it's probably about a 200% markup, you would think.
Friend, with all due respect, you are an honest businessman trying to turn a profit, but
No, I'm not at all.
right. Okay, well, shall we start at 60 and haggle up from there?
Okay. 120 gold pieces.
No, friend. This ultimately.
Even I know that's not how that works.
The problem is that we do not have the money for which you ask. So the option
I see
here
your problem.
is to come down or to not get any money.
I see your problem. You need...
Also your problem, to be fair.
You need cold weather clothing. I need 120 gold pieces.
Need is a strong word in that particular circumstance.
Well, it's up to you. Maybe if you tried them on, you'd see the quality of them. he like pulls out this pretty ratty, like mangy wolf fur. Like bits of it are missing. It does look like it will keep you warmer, but it isn't great quality. No.
I could skin a hide better than you.
Maybe.
Also myself as well.
I mean, you are right that we can see the quality of the goods that you're offering us. The implication in your statement that would convince us that 120 gold was worthwhile is unfortunately somewhat wide of the mark.
Maybe we can leave him and go to the other place.
Yes. I mean, maybe they might charge us a fair price.
Yes, I'm sure they will. Well...
All will be well. As I leave.
It's Gabriel.
He has a catchphrase now. I think we are leaving and going to the Clovia.
Yes.
Clovia.
Oh dear.
Let's be very clear about how we want to stay warm.
Okay, guess we're going to the Clovia then.
Yeah, so you make your way to the Endless Delight.
Endless Delight.
Endless Delight. Where on the map is Endless Delight?
Point it out, point it out.
So we may all click it many times.
Oh, it's over there.
This one.
Oh,
Yeah.
right there.
What
That
there?
Right there. Right there. That one.
Ooh, someone's mic.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
It's good. It's all good. Everything is fine here.
Don't die.
I'm not
He
dead.
He fell. He
I
fell.
tripped and fell.
is the Endless
I fell
Delight.
and I can't get up.
And
I
that was
was
the
so
moment we discovered
terrified.
that Matt wasn't wearing any trousers.
Oh.
Right.
How dare you? I've been wearing trousers for at least the past 4 hours.
As you make your way through and round town, moving across to the east of town, further away from the west gate, there's a lot more people over this side. A little bit more hustle and bustle, still not a lot. People are giving you a wild berth. As you see a busy clothier selling various bits of material outside, and you can see the sign above, Endless Delights.
I mean, they must get so many confused people coming in here.
Why would that be?
I mean, I know you're small, but you're an adult. right?
I am an adult, yes.
Okay, good. Because it's suggestive of a whorehouse.
A what?
Okay,
Place
so
where you can pay to have sex.
that.
Why would you pay for it?
Because it's
Because some people can't
pleasurable.
get it without paying.
That sounds like people who shouldn't be having sex.
Hang on. I mean, there's a lot wrong.
If you are not desirable to somebody, then surely you should not be worthy of having a mate. If you're not desirable.
As you're kind of talking about this amongst yourselves,
Judgmental.
Lady in her mid-20s, probably, wearing very fine outfit, tight corset, quite pretty, sees you approaching. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the Endless Delights.
Yes.
My name is Alana. What can I do for you?
I have
Clothing.
many questions, but
then you are in the right place. As her two hands go above her shoulder and a little double clap, and within moments, two very well-dressed men come out, looking a little bit older than her. These are my brothers, Alec and Andre. They will take your measurements, gentlemen, if you would please.
Before we get into that,
take measures come out and they're reaching all over your bodies before you.
No, really. I mean, let's just check first that you can provide what we're looking for, which is cold weather gear. We're going up some mountains to the snow line, so we're looking for something that's less in the kind of the fashion range of things, and more in the practical and warmth range of things.
Well, one must look their best, even when up a mountainside.
Yes, but one must also not freeze.
Not die of exposure.
Yes, that too.
1 second.
I use disguise self to make my clothes look as regal as hell.
I mean, you're literally standing in front of her.
Saw you before you did that.
Yeah, they are in the middle of measuring you.
No.
And from the heavy implication there, in the middle is the right word.
Yeah, so the two boys are quite handsy.
Right, you do not need to measure there.
Red is going to snap at her hand.
Because it'd see if they're going to try and pickpocket me.
Yeah, give me a perception.
It should have a +1 on that as well. So.
Oh dear.
Both fail, so fine. You could fail.
Yes, you think he is. You think he's taken something from you.
I send a message to Red. I think he's just stole from me.
Okay, in which case Red will bite the hand that's closest to her.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll to hit. Yeah, you bite him. Are you trying to cause like damage or to scare him off?
Break the skin, but scare him off. Not quite going to try and rip a finger off, but break the skin. She's got sharp teeth.
Yeah, you get who you believe to be Alec. Just as he's kind of doing around your neck and not paying any attention, and just kind of sink your teeth into his hand. As it takes a minute for him to realise what's just happened, as he then kind of pulls his hand away. And give me a D20 with higher being bloodier.
Okay, so wait a second. I need to. I will be slow. So it's roll.
You can just click in the top left corner. You've got like a little dice, I think.
Top left corner.
Oh,
got it.
20?
Okay, D20. Just a straight D20.
Yeah. An 8.
8.
Yeah, you get a good chunk of him.
Yeah.
It's not like a huge mess, but yeah.
During that,
Yeah, and then she'll look him dead in the eye, and will snarl, "Whatever you've just taken away from Gabriel, give it back now, or you will lose a finger."
His eyes kind of very quickly look over to Alana.
Wait, what just happened? I'm asking in character.
one of them just pickpocketed me.
So I'm telling them if they don't return it now, they will lose a finger. And then how will they measure?
Other fingers.
Again, they're sort of the youngish girl in this beautiful sort of corset with dress and the big puffy shoulders coming up and the high neckline. Kind of very quickly a sort of a clap of her hands, boys. Now, what seems to be the issue here?
One of your boys has stolen something from my companion, and he will give it back now, or as I've said twice already, he will lose a finger.
No, I can guarantee we're not that sort of business.
Gabriel, what's gone missing?
I searched my person. Has anything gone missing?
It will take you probably the best part of a minute to go through all your little pouches and pockets and cloak, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And quickly make sure that you've not got anything there. So we'll do a minute, okay?
Okay.
So what you say is what you say for a minute.
I'm sure this can all be resolved amicably
Yes,
without
by them returning what they have stolen,
without any more
and me not
fighting.
having to treat them like the parasites they clearly are.
Parasites?
Well,
So, my friend here was raised by wolves, and has a somewhat extreme view of misunderstandings and the like.
No misunderstandings.
Well, I've never have I been treated like this before. You come to where we work, looking for clothing, so we offer you measurements, and then you bite my brother. As just Gabriel, you're kind of going through all your pockets and checking to make sure that you've got everything. You're struggling to find anything missing at the moment. Sort of your main coin purse still there, daggers, books, everything still seems to be on you. Give me a perception, it would be, wouldn't it? No, investigation. So that'd be like you're investigating, you've still got all your equipment. Ooh, nice.
hey.
Yeah, you don't think you're missing anything.
Right.
Hello, I'm Gabriel.
No.
I'll turn into a raven.
Pull their eyes out.
I'll put on a line. I'll throw the eyeball to Eric, and he eats it. Right.
Gabriel, for
Flawless.
the extreme roleplay, you can have a point of inspiration.
Oh my god, that's amazing! Thank you.
I mean, it's uncanny.
Sorry. This will be a moment.
There's the pizza,
Arrived.
the czar.
Ordered pizza, you monsters.
Now they're going to eat it in front of us.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
like the monsters they are.
They are.
I'm getting my head out.
So, Gabriel, you went through your pockets and you don't believe anything's missing.
And you gained a point of inspiration on the way.
Huh?
No, you didn't really.
Point of inspiration.
I've got an inspiration point, Dave.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll put that in. Done.
As there's this kind of awkward silence now, as she kind of looks at you. Well,
I think I owe your brothers an apology. It seems that the thing that I thought he had taken, he did not.
We have recently had several very hard fights against some of the enemies of Vallaki, and I'm afraid we are still a little jumpy. However, I will cast Healing Word on the brother. I'm sure no lasting harm has been done, and we apologize for the misunderstanding.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, my apologies.
So, you'll be buying clothing from us to make up for this then?
If there is suitable clothing available for an imminent departure that suits our needs, then yes, absolutely.
Again, with another kind of like little double clap to the side, the two brothers come out, Alex looking slightly wary this time, as they both got their tape measures, and they start going about it.
The tail.
How many outfits do you require each?
Just the one each. We do have two companions that are not here currently, but we can indicate to you.
But what if one was to get dirty or soiled?
One.
If I can just make this plain, this is a traveling outer layer.
Good thing we didn't bring Jakul, really.
Yes.
Why do you say that?
He is. I mean,
he likes being clean.
I suspect he will want to patronize your fine establishment at some point in the future when we are less pressed for time and less constrained by upcoming circumstance. He is a creature of very fair appearance and no small amount of refinement. That was what you were going for, right, Hasia?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
The priest of soon, so he's
right.
The priest of beauty.
So, an overcoat of some description for each of you.
As possible.
Do you wish for them to match in colour? Oh, how stupid of me to ask. Of course you do.
No.
Or
well,
individual. Red, what colour are your eyes?
Huh?
What colour are your eyes?
They're like icy blue. Like really, really bright blue.
Okay.
Walker.
No, like paler than that, like ice.
Paler than the undead. Okay, great.
Yeah.
They start bringing out materials and silks and other things. This would probably be.
We need wool.
I fear we should probably discuss budget.
How much have you got and what is it?
How much do we have available to spend on cold weather gear, Essia?
I wish I knew.
An amount.
My notes.
I have the notes.
It'd be scribbled down towards the bottom of like the main character sheet page.
Yes.
Maybe in shorthand, which probably won't help you. Because I have
Makes it more confusing.
in shorthand for practice. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is in shorthand because I remember writing down the inventory from that room.
Yeah.
Hope you can read shorthand, Adam.
Oh my days.
Surely everyone can.
But of course.
You got some jams. Okay, it's just not added
We've
up.
got
That's
some
the issue.
jams.
Some jams.
We've got 200 to 300 electrum according to Winspear on the.
Pardon?
According to the chat, we've got
Oh,
200
Yeah.
electrum. He's gonna make us a Google Doc. Bless his heart.
oh, bless.
Yeah, they would take that pouch of electro off you.
Just take it.
Yep.
I mean, that's not actually that much of an unfair price.
And that's for 6 overcoats, correct? Made of wool.
Yes, I guess so.
Our 2 companions are
Large.
large.
How large?
I demonstrate.
Whereabouts are they at the moment? I'll send Alex to go and measure them.
Oh, they're in the Blue
Okay.
Water Inn.
Ah, easy. So, if you've got 300 electrum, plus this, plus that, and you can see them doing the maths for 6 people. So it will cost you that bag of electrum plus 40 gold pieces.
Got it. I'm sure we've got that much.
You do indeed.
Very well. Pay the lady.
Did you actually just clap?
What do you do?
When do you need these by? When shall we do the fit-in? Next week?
Oh no. We are departing tomorrow morning.
Well, that's just impossible, isn't it?
Oh,
Probably should have asked this first.
well, I thought this was the premier establishment.
It is. I'll have to stay up all night making this.
Have you had much business of late
Of course.
during the werewolf attacks?
Well, it didn't really affect us over this side of town as much.
Not as much, no, but I feel like we are in similar situations. Our departure is mandated by outside forces, and thus we can't afford to shift. And I don't believe you can afford to shift either.
I'll do what I can for tomorrow, but
It doesn't need to be the best quality. It just needs to be able to keep us warm.
I beg your pardon.
Elian doesn't quite facepalm, but of course we understand that it will be, given that it comes from here.
Yes. Very well. We'll stay up all night and we'll do what we can for you.
We would be most grateful.
I'm sure you will. And when you've got more time, I must insist we make you some more outfits.
Once we have more time, I'm sure we'll be interested.
Excellent. Now, I must be on my way. Alex, quickly go and measure their other 2 companions. I'll start with the little ones first.
We will leave you to your work and we will see you in the morning. Very kind. Thank you very much. Nice doing business. Bye. And I hustle everybody out the door.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Gonna get fancy.
And hopefully warm.
Hessia, you hear a reassuring voice in your head.
Yes,
Well, that makes it change.
Reassuring.
Hessia.
This is somehow weirder on Roll20.
See how Gabriel blames others. See how he accused and almost started a fight with these people who only want to help you. You can't trust him.
Inside her head, not out loud.
Yeah. You can't trust him.
Watching him closely.
I would hate for him.
Do what needs to be done.
Pardon?
I'll do what needs to be done.
And what do you think? What do you think that is, Hessia? What will you do for us so we can stay together? Always together.
You sexy elf. If he oversteps, I will fill him in.
No, we can't give him the chance. We can't let him. You must make it to me.
On our side, he wants the same thing.
Yes, but he is going mad with the time he has spent here, accusing mere tailors of stealing from him. All of this shape-shifting and changing his appearance can be good for no one.
I'm watching him. I'm not yet. I'm not ready to
No,
let him.
and you'll need my help. Let me help you.
Yeah.
If you want, you can give me parts of your body and I will move them for you. Just release them to me, Hessia. I can enhance your vision. Broken Hessia. Let me help you enhance your vision, Hessia, so you can see him.
I was thinking of that.
No, not yet.
You can feel something like pushing against your vision.
Oh!
Like
Oh, I thought you were about to say something else then.
like where you can resist it, but there's oh sorry. There's something pushing against it.
Feel that, Matt.
Have we broken that?
I think he might be dead. Red means go. Red means go.
Let me help you, Hessia. Let me aid you. If not your vision, your hearing, I can enhance it.
If you'll accept hearing.
Okay, you now have advantage on hearing checks.
Well, I've never done a hearing check in my life, but that's good.
Yeah, you feel your hearing step up. The tone of your hearing becomes enhanced.
Oh, lovely.
How a musician can hear perfect tones. Your hearing is almost to that level where you'd be able to tell like what pitch and what key someone was, just how they talk. And you can understand it now, whereas before you couldn't, as if you were a trained musician. Good. My strength to yours. Your strength to mine.
The rest of the party would probably notice that she sort of just stopped in the middle of the street, and like every little noise, so like paper blowing down the street or whatever. She's like just looking at everything. Really having a moment.
Everything okay, Hestia?
Fine. No, the usual.
The usual?
All talking very loudly all of a sudden.
No.
Never mind. Let's carry on.
You should know gifts like these
Walk off.
come freely. There's always a price for them.
What's that, Gabriel? Very quiet.
It's dead. And it gets a lot harder.
My hearing is so good now that I still can't hear you.
That the gifts you're getting or receiving will always have a price for them.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Just make sure that the one that you're giving to is working is with you, not just using you.
Know what I'm doing.
As you make your way across town, where are you going back to?
I think we've got cold weather gear sorted. Shall we go and see the Vistani?
What
Yes.
time is it?
Looks up to the sky. Around.
Oh, you're suddenly much louder. Sorry.
Yeah, I put my headset on.
It was very early morning, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like really early.
Plenty of time. Okay,
So
we'll go then.
you've got like a whole day, and then you're going tomorrow.
Let's head to Fastani.
Yeah.
Let's speak to these
Literally
fellas.
anywhere that isn't the Blue Water Inn.
Good. Sounds good.
For I, as it turns out, am allergic to knives.
Surely everyone.
No, sadly, that is not the case.
I don't think it is knives you're allergic to. I think it's the situation of your brother's wife and her sister that you're allergic to.
Yeah. Her adopted daughter.
Ah, that's the one.
Yes, you're right. I am allergic to her. Whenever I go near her, I come out in a bad case of being knifed.
Or slapped, or punched, or kicked.
Yes. Thank you
Otherwise,
for those
maimed.
reminders. Because apparently she does not believe that Bella could make her own choices. Anyway,
Which way do you go to the Vistani? So you can kind of, if you can see the map, you can go this way, which is the less trodden path, and then out here is probably the quickest way, or all the way.
Well, you know,
Yeah, but getting, you're kind of, oh yeah, no, you're over here. So getting out.
Might as well
of
take
the-
that gate then.
Yeah, you can go up through that gate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we get out of that gate. What's this here? Have we been there?
is that the Vistani camp?
Yeah, that's the Vistani camp.
Okay, we'll head that way.
do you mind if we actually travel inside the town rather than
Why?
out? Well, because there aren't, roaming undead and vicious wild animals inside the town.
Oh, we've never been hurt or injured by anything inside the town.
Well, yes, but it's still broadly speaking safer, and I like safe.
Fine. We'll walk to the west gate and head that way.
And they have all these lovely roads.
Who needs roads?
Outside has roads too. Fine, we'll go the
Outs-
inside way.
Outside also does have roads. I agree with Hessia, but fine.
Has
So you're going down the main street?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
go
down
that
the
way.
main street because it's
Cool.
safer.
Safer, as if anything in this terrible, awful place is safe.
Towns are not that bad.
Yes,
This
they
one
are.
is.
In all my experiences of human settlements and towns and villages, I've always had a horrible experience. Therefore, they are bad.
I mean, you've done a lot of biting, I presume, right?
No.
I think that was the first time I've seen her bite someone like that.
Okay. Because, like, the first time we met, she threatened to bite me. Anyway,
I was also
obviously
a horse.
different, what's the right phrase? Yeah, different strokes for different folks, right?
Huh?
Different people like different things.
Very true.
Right.
As you're making your way sort of down the main high street, you get to coming up towards the church, and you can see it sat at a slightly odd angle still. And then pushing on as you're walking down the road, you can tell when you walk onto the consecrated ground, as a kind of moment of sort of protection and holiness pumps through you. All of you would notice it now.
Oh,
You can see the gate over here is in really bad shape. They've just kind of done what they can to fortify it, but it's not good at all. Bits of the wall are still missing where the werewolves climbed over the top. Bits of it are fallen down. This is not anyone with like martial skills. If you know that something's defendable, this is not defendable. Yeah, like you would need 100 men to hold this now. The state that it's in.
gonna need.
Yeah, compared to when it had the two towers and the gate and the church behind it, you could have done it with 6 or 7 men. Now you would genuinely need 100 people to fill all the holes, to constantly plug the gate, to hold it.
They're really going to need to do something about that really fast.
They don't seem to be doing much to
No one
repair
seems
it.
to be building it.
There's a few guards out and a few workmen trying to do bits and bobs, but none of them are kind of going to the main gate. They don't want to approach it, and you can see why. There's blood smears on the floor, claw marks. You can see people have been dragged away, sort of grabbed onto the ground, and fingers dragged across the floor and pulled out. Weapons still lie here and there, broken parts of armor, couple of fingers here and there. It is not a very pleasant place at all. As you make your way out through the gate, you can see these few just abandoned houses, which may have been held outside the wall at some point, but now are long fallen to disuse. As you start making your way down through the woodlands, probably takes about 20 minutes to get down to the Vistani camp. If anyone wants to do anything, let me know.
I'm gonna spend the 20 minutes explaining the concept of puns to Red
God.
with some terrible example.
Red will continue to not understand the concept of what a pun is.
Elian will persevere.
Well, I think
Probably
it's-
long past the point of sanity.
Oh, how can I move that?
Elian, I think you need to understand. Oh, that's a lot of horses.
They've got a lot of horses.
I can count horses.
Elian, I think what you need to understand is wolves don't need puns. Is that what you call them?
Yes.
We don't need
Yes.
those.
But you're not a wolf. You're a halfling.
But you are not a raven.
That much is very definitively true.
But yet you are still part of their family. The same applies to me. I may not share their blood, but I share a lot more.
Fine, whatever.
How come that? Why is it that you don't have the were-raven gene? I'm guessing it's passed down.
There are two ways that people can become were creatures. You can be born a were creature,
or you can be bit.
Well, the different creatures pass the curse along in different ways, and it manifests in different fashions. Whoop! Touch of corona.
No, sneezing's not a symptom.
Sneezing is not corona.
Yes, there are different were creatures pass the curse along in different ways, and it manifests in different fashions. You're right. For werewolves, it's biting. That's basically famous. Don't know off the top of my head about anything. It sounds very trivial, but pecking.
So breaking of the skin.
Essentially, yes.
Right.
It can pass the curse on, but the curse, it's different every time. Some people don't survive. Even with those of us that are born were creatures and inherit, there's still a period of transition where you have to adapt to being a were-raven. Some people are very ill. Some people don't. It's very rare that somebody is so ill that they die. But yes, it's not something that's done lightly. Passing the curse on to somebody else. It's definitely not something that we would do casually.
Do your family still see it as a curse?
That's more of a technical term. I mean, it doesn't drive us to homicidal acts in the same way that you would be if you were infected by a werewolf, for example.
It's mainly because ravens are omnivores and prefer to eat vegetation than they do meat. They enjoy berries and nuts, and they occasionally eat carrion.
Eyeballs.
And eyeballs.
Delicious, delicious eyeballs.
Eric only eats the eyeballs, so then the Raven Queen knows what's being killed.
Well, I don't know about the Raven Queen, but eyeballs are delicious. Are we almost there?
We've been here for stop to talk.
Oh.
You had a question for me, which I answered.
Right.
Then we started asking about your life.
Yes, I noticed that.
As you make your way through the forest, you can see the hilltop with the little huts around it, and the string of wagons around the top of the hill.
A whole lot of horses.
Yeah, a whole lot of horses and these big tents with central fires.
I head up.
Let's hope this doesn't go wrong.
It shouldn't.
Oh,
The deal is with me. I shall deal with them.
Be careful.
They're
very dangerous.
They're Vistani and I'm half Vistani. I have a way.
There are a lot of Vistani. There are Vistani and there are Vistani, and then there's these Vistani. Just be careful is all I'm saying. Don't count on your blood.
I just head up.
Yeah, you start making your way up the main way, and you see these cloaked figures, heavy wax cloaks stood against. Each one stood at the entrance of one of these little sort of permanent houses built into the side of the hill. As you start making your way up, a lot of the Vistani seem like they're just waking up. The smell of like stale wine and slow cooking meats left overnight on fires kind of meets your nose. There's no sign of Lavash or Aragorn at the moment.
Fine. Is any of the Vistani awake around here that I can ask them to go get them?
Yeah, a couple
There
of
was which one did I make the deal with? It was the one with the 2 knives, the brawler.
Goal, I think, wasn't it?
Which
Was
deal?
it? Was it Savash?
Lavash.
No, did I? Yeah, Savash.
Yeah, you speak to one of the other Vistani who gives you a nod and tells you to just take a seat by the fire and they'll make sure he's okay. Can you move tokens around?
Move my one.
Should be able to.
I didn't do tokens for it because it confuses me.
One just yeeted out the tent and disappeared.
That'd be me.
Yep.
Sort of 5 minutes later, this larger man wearing an open leather waistcoat. He's not got like the physique of an Olympian, but he has got the physique of there's some power there for sure.
Yeah.
But also some fun time wine there as well. As he makes his way out, and a smile comes across his mouth, which doesn't reach his eyes.
I mean, kind of shrinks down a little and tries to escape notice.
Good morning. I have half of the payment here already. So I thought that I suggest give it to you now. And then when I find Isabella, I will sort that bit out.
Do we really need to go? That wasn't his voice. Oh, what was his voice? It was like a deep, friendly-ish voice, wasn't it?
Is it a jolly one? It was
Eh.
He was Russian.
Oh, yes, comrade, son. Was he slightly Russian? There we go. No, that does not seem right. But that is what we are going for now. Oh, I shall get arrested if anyone hears my accents.
It's gone French again.
Fuck. Like, I don't know what it is. All of my accents are going French at the moment. I'm sorry.
Too many.
I hand him the femur, the bone.
Yeah, he. Straight to business then. Fine.
I thought that's what you had wanted. None of this tiptoeing around the subject.
Where was this?
I found it in the church.
Huh. How did it get there?
I do not know.
Very well. Yeah. There's a little kind of 2 fingers in his mouth whistle, and Aragorn comes out, and he kind of waves the bone to Aragorn, his younger brother. the man with the kind of like styled beard and pointed sideburns, the smaller of the two, comes and takes it, gives a nod, and takes it away back to be locked away in the wagon where you guys got the rug from.
Yep.
The cursed wagon.
Yeah.
I wonder if the throne's still in there.
We got the throne, guys. Just saying.
And what of the second part?
I cannot find her. She has probably gone into hiding, knowing that you want her dead.
Perhaps not. Have you looked properly?
I've searched the whole of Vallaki. I'm heading out to somewhere else
Is that a
tomorrow.
lie?
No, I have been looking out for her.
You've not searched for her. Give me a deception.
Deception.
Is that a skill? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've got deception.
The skill, yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. I'm an actor as well. Yeah, you have advantage on deception checks.
When you're pretending to be somebody else, I think.
You have advantage on deception checks and performance when you're trying to pass yourself off as someone else.
So an 11.
21 was the first one. Oh no, it's investigation. Oh, 11. Oh, damn.
I just rolled here.
My rolls are not good on these machines.
Blame the machine.
Blame the machine. He kind of stares at you for a second, and you feel all warmth kind of drain from him very quickly. Trust me when I say this. Truly, I would hate it if you were not able to find her.
That's understandable. You did me a favor and a solid.
I'm glad we agreed. Then you will understand I will find no enjoyment from it.
Neither will I.
No, I can guarantee that you won't. So, join me. Break the fast. Wine.
Very well. I'll take a seat. Eat what he offers.
Yeah, some wine from the night before is brought out and meats as people are waking up. Some music starts.
How is your daughter?
It's his niece, sorry, not his daughter.
How is your niece?
Ask her yourself. Arabella! And then there's nothing for a little while. Alexi! And then you find the man who has kind of been charged with looking after Arabella. Brings her out. She looks quite tired. Hello.
Good morning. I wish to thank you for your help when I was on the other side.
That's all right. Have you got me a present? Is it a finger?
Do I have a finger?
Got like 8.
No, I do not have a finger for you, I'm afraid. What would you need a finger for?
Oh, I thought you had lost your fingers, but that must be later.
Thank you for the warning.
Oh, that's not worrying at all.
Do you want to hold my hand, new person?
My companion is vigorously shaking her head. The other one is now nodding. I'm feeling very conflicted about this.
I am.
Tiebreaker, Gabriel?
Depends if you want to see something that you don't want to see.
Arabella is this young, it's hard to say how old she truly is, scruffy haired, ripped dress, kind of classic Slavic shirt, which is heavily ripped and dirtied and not been cleaned, dragging around like a toy from Blinksy, which has long been broken.
What will happen if I hold your hand, Arabella? All right then, I'll hold my hand out.
Yeah, she kind of like stares at your hand for a moment and then walks over and grabs your fingers. It's more of like a two-finger grip as she holds onto you. She's cold to the touch. And as you look at her for a second, you can see why. She's like, you're not warm and you're wearing a good few layers. She's tiny and wearing like a ripped skirt, a ripped dress with a shirt which is ripped as well, and nothing else. And as you're thinking about being cold, your mind races back to a time where Eliam was very cold. Can you remember when that was?
Crunch.
Ooh.
I think he will have been up a tree in the forest on the edge of Barovia village, just kind of perched on a branch. It's really cold, it's really wet, really rainy, and he's just waiting up this tree, watching the village, waiting for a certain somebody to come out and meet him like they'd arranged.
Okay. As you find yourself waiting in the cold and damp, you're looking over the village, you can see pushing and moving their wares slowly from house to house. Morganafa.
Oh.
Selling these pastries, pushing it from person to person.
He'll kind of hunch down up against the tree trunk, because this is kind of him knowing what he knows now, or knowing what he knew then.
Knowing what he knew then.
In which case, I don't. He's just kind of like, oh look, there's old women selling pastries. Suspicious old women.
As you hear a voice you recognize calling out to you. Who is it?
It is Doru, Donovich's son.
Elian, where are you?
Elian will kind of drop down from branch to branch. You took your sweet time. I'm freezing.
Elian, as you can see him looking young and how you remembered him in your memory. He's probably slightly better than he used to look. He's a good-looking man. As he moves in to hug you.
Alien will kind of give him a squeeze and a quick peck on the cheek.
He's cold to the kiss.
I'm not the only one who's freezing.
Why did you leave me, Elian? Why didn't you come like you said you would come?
This is where we said we would meet.
Why didn't you follow through? I believed in you, Elian. I believed you'd save us. I believed you'd save all of the land. And now I'm so hungry. I need to feed, Elian. And I need to feed on you. As you feel a sharp pain in your neck. As you hear this scream come back. As you're now back around this fireplace.
He will kind of drop her hand and take a good couple of steps backwards.
I did warn you.
I also definitely warned you.
What was that?
Past?
Present,
What
future.
was?
What is?
Maybe.
That.
Memories.
She's been right about one thing so
Big
far,
twist.
I know.
What?
That was weird, wasn't it?
That never happened. Oh, yay, you saw it too.
Yes, she can see what we see.
She's very gifted.
Bastani see the future in cards, not
This one doesn't.
hands. And that wasn't future, and it wasn't past, and it certainly wasn't present.
You know, I assume things that you know and puts them together.
I'm cold, Hessia. Your memories are always so hot. Do you want to hold my hand?
Particularly these days.
Hessia, you hear in your head, Hessia, do not touch that child.
It's going to take a big old step backwards away from the...
No good will come from it, trust me.
Oh, Hessia, now you don't want people to touch the child.
I don't want to touch it. I thought everyone should have the experience at least once.
Thanks for
I've
that.
had that experience. Don't need to have it again.
Do you have any toys left?
This isn't a group bonding exercise.
This is just breakfast. Do we have any toys left?
I think Constance had a toy.
Good.
Lavash sort of stands up and with a sort of stretch of his back as you can hear various joints clicking back in and bones sort of not creaking, but you know, that kind of muscular back as he kind of flexes it for a second. So, how do you plan to find this woman? This woman who stole from me, but I'm sure you had nothing to do with.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yes, that is why I'm sad. You had nothing to do with.
Well, if she's like anybody else, she'll show up right in the middle of something else we're trying to achieve.
Things tend to work out that way for us.
Where do you plan to go now?
tomorrow we travel to the Wizard's Wine. And then maybe have a search in Kresk, because that's where we found her first.
In Kresk. Right. And if she is not there, then what?
And there's only one other place she would go.
Where is that?
To Strahd's castle.
We're not searching there.
Well, no, we had an agreement. So, you will go to Kresk, and if she is not there, you shall go to Strahd's castle. We are agreed. Good.
What?
That was not
No.
the agreement.
That's
No.
That's
The
not.
agreement is to find her. I'll find her how I'd like to find her.
We can't find her if we all die.
Also, you didn't
Then
give me
who
a
will do
time
that
frame.
for you?
You have half the bargain now. I shall find her,
Yes.
but on my own terms.
But this land is so very dangerous, Gabriel. You must understand that, sometimes bad things happen to people here.
Don't I know it?
Now, if you believe the only place she could be apart from Kresk is Strahd's castle, and you gave me your words that you would find her for what she did to me, and then we would be even, you will go to Kresk, and then if she is not there, you will go to Strahd's castle.
Of course.
Is he telling the truth?
Yeah.
What? Why would you agree to that?
I did not agree with this.
It's
No.
my deal. None of your deal. It's my deal.
You can't just waltz into
What
Castle
is with
Ravenloft.
all of you and making
put out an
deals with
invite.
things?
That has, please come to dinner, Strahd.
So it's to all of us, Gabriel.
No,
Well,
it's not.
I can use it to get in.
No, it isn't.
I do.
It doesn't have my name on there.
Oh, when
Doesn't
did
have
you
mine
get
or Eliam's
this?
name.
We got this last time we were in Kresk. Or on the way to Kresk. Now we need to go see Casimir. So thank you for breakfast. I hope the FEMA serves you well.
Thank you. I think maybe one day to get to Kresk, one day to search, one day back, and then Castle Ravenloft.
You're not
When
going
you-
to put a time on it.
Gabriel.
When I will do it, I will do it. You have my word on that.
If I find you have not gone to Ravenloft when you have agreed that you would, then I think we may need to talk.
Very well.
Go in peace.
Thanks for the creepy vision, small child.
He trusted you.
You're a small child, so I'm gonna keep what I'm thinking to myself. And he'll
Nope.
turn around and walk off.
What are you thinking?
Mostly expletives.
You make your way down to Casimir's wagon.
Casimir's
Have
house.
you of Gabriel to go to Ravenloft?
Hmm?
That sounded like the deal that you made to me just then.
I'm very certain that is what just happened.
Adam's having a little dance.
Let's
I meant to
all
do-
go to Ravenloft.
Just search Ravenloft on my own time.
Not ready to go to Ravenloft. I know
I
that.
know we're not ready.
No, there's a lot still to do.
I know, and we're not going to Ravenloft.
We'll die.
immediately.
He didn't, to be fair, say any kind of timescale. He in fact resisted Lavash as Lavash was trying to put a timescale on it, but Lavash
Yes.
still seems to think there is a timescale.
Exactly. Lavash could just decide when he wants the time to be up.
Expecting us to go to Kresk and then straight on to Ravenloft.
And
Well,
Lavash is
he's going to be very disappointed then, isn't he?
he's very, very dangerous,
I
Gabriel.
warned about him right at the beginning.
He's a 400-year-old psychotic.
Why are we getting into the habit of making deals with things and people we don't know or trust?
Lavash doesn't look 400
Why?
years old. Lavash looks human male 30s, but you've just been told he's 400 years old.
What do you mean he's 400 years old?
Well, 401 years ago, he's 400 years old, as best
How
I
is
can
that
tell.
even possible?
I don't know, but the sources are fairly clear.
How has he survived for so long?
Human bodies wither and die. How has he been alive for that long?
I don't know. I don't know what he does to extend his life, but there is something. He doesn't age.
Hmm.
And he's deadly.
Why are we getting involved with him again?
We'll be coming back here once we're done at the Amber Temple.
Oi.
What exactly does he want? I'm not clear. Who's
He wants Isabella.
Isabella stole the bone.
who is she?
I believe she is a hunter of some sort, and she wants to kill Strahd as much as us. So it's best that I'm searching for her, so then we can find her and warn her, than it is if the Festani and Fasash is going after her.
So this is an ally of yours?
Possible,
The grand scheme of things.
but she most likely is not happy because I believe Hessia, you stole the female off of her.
It may have, yeah, I set her on fire and stole the bone. Yeah. That's
This is what you do to your... I'll be behind this tree for the rest of this conversation. So this is what you do to your ally.
He wasn't being much of an ally at that moment in time.
It seems to be there's a lot of people in this place that decide on the drop of a coin whether or not you're a friend or foe.
Yes.
I'm friend, Hessia, just so we're clear.
I'm not going to set you on fire.
I'm holding you to that, despite the fact that that's just baseless optimism.
Baseless optimism, yeah.
Could we please talk to Casimir and inform him that we need him by the gates tomorrow morning?
Fine. But he is also not to be taken lightly.
Yes, we know.
Good.
Let's just should we make the assumption that whilst we're in Barovia, not to take anything at face value and to be frightened of everything.
I mean, it's a good start.
Yes, which is why we want to leave.
And to leave, we need to get the Vistani to send us back.
They won't do that. I'm not convinced they can.
They can.
Then why did they bring us here in the first place?
To save
I was
their
happy
prick.
where I was.
There is one way to win your freedom and to free this land with it.
Slave
I don't care about this
that's
land
ending
anymore.
Strahd.
And that would be freeing their prince, so... Oh, technically my prince.
Then if you don't care about this land, care about winning your freedom. Because there is one way to do it, and that's to lift the curse here.
I care for this land.
You make your way down
This isn't my land.
to Casimir's house. He's stood outside. Again, this kind of heavy leather waxed cloak, hood up. There's now a sort of a light morning rain just running down him as he sort of stands motionless, watching out, either lost in his own thoughts or not thinking at all. So he sees you approach, just the smallest of nods of his head towards you. Good morning. Gabriel, Hessia, Red, and you I do not know.
I'm Melian. We've actually had conversations in the past. Well, I say conversations, that normally involves two people talking.
Ah, yes. Your family, of course. Well, come in out of the rain. He opens the door to his small house. Again, it's the classic, you can see one of everything. One chair, one bed, one cup, one plate, one whatever. It's a small kettle. He puts that on, it looks like you could maybe make 2 cups of something hot.
Elian goes into the hut, but kind of stays standing near the door.
Okay. He keeps his cloak kind of drawn around him still. There's a few drips just fall down to this wooden floor inside of his hut. There's a small fireplace at the back of it. Just the embers burning away in a chair near it. How are your preparations for tomorrow morning? Are we all set?
We should
Just
be
getting
all-
some clothes.
We should be set for tomorrow morning.
That's a good idea. Then why are you here now?
We wish for you to meet us at the gate of Vallaki.
Ah, yes. The West Gate.
Yes. Also, I'd like to thank you for helping my allies get to the windmill so quickly.
My pleasure. It was not an easy journey, or one I would like to repeat. Yet, I feel the journey we are about to undertake may be more dangerous.
Why do you want to go up that mountain?
That is of my interest.
If we're coming with you, then surely we need to be aware as well. We'll be pretty useless if we die, if we don't know the full thing.
Perhaps in time I will tell you. Just not yet.
Good enough.
If I feel that you are in danger for not knowing, I will tell you what I know. How does that sound?
Fine. Fine.
How much do you know about the Amber Temple?
Enough for now. Why, what do you know of it?
Not enough for now. But I think we're going to find out some things on the way.
You think you will find out things?
Yes.
You are perhaps correct. I'm glad you are honoring our agreement. Now that I am assured that you are going to do this, I shall prepare for the journey. You will need all of your strength for this. You understand?
Yes.
We know it's dangerous.
There is a good chance not all of us will return. And those of us who do will perhaps not return the same.
What does that mean exactly?
It's very simple. We're going to a place where we could get attacked and die.
Yeah,
And
that
then
part
end up-
I got.
And I think if you see a loved one or a friend die, you're going to change. I doubt you're the same person that went into the bag that came out the bag.
Into a bag.
Found him in a bag.
Really, we don't need to go into it.
He was naked.
Really, we don't need to go into it.
He pulls his hood back as the light kind of hits his elven features, but they're more extreme. He's got incredibly high cheeks, very skinny face. His hair, even though it's been under his cloak, is slightly damp and sort of stuck to his head slightly. In the white situation, Casimir could be quite attractive, but here, with the sort of light hitting him side on, he needs to eat a couple of good meals and put that weight onto his face rather than, you know what I mean? Huh. Then perhaps we will find more about each other on the way.
I look forward to it.
Yes, I'm sure it's going to be a joy.
It'd be a slightly slower journey than the one to the Wimmel.
At the start, yes, but there will be times when we must be quick.
Good to know.
Very well. Is that all you can tell us for now?
Yes.
That's not all he can tell us, it's all he will tell us.
He'll go over to a map. Perhaps we should plan our route now.
What's this?
That is a lot better map of Barovia than we have ever had.
Well, I've been here a long time. So, we are currently here. Everyone can see that little pin?
Yeah, there.
Kresk is over here. And where I need to go is here down the bottom.
That is quite a journey.
That is a long way.
We will need to cross the gorge there at the bridge. I suggest we begin our travel there.
Oh, really? Why do you suggest there?
Because there is where we will learn more about our destination.
What makes you think that?
That is one of the things that we may learn along the journey.
1 second. It's so awkward because I haven't got my tablet where I've got all my info in it as well.
Hey! Bill's died.
Oh,
no.
Hang on, I'll reconnect.
Voice from the ether. Net.
Thought of that journey was just too much for him.
I've realised where he's clicked and gone, hell no.
So, this path here is the most direct route, but too treacherous at the moment.
Yes, I would say so.
Unless you want to go to the ruins here, but I would not recommend it.
No. We know what lives there. We're all good with not going there.
What ruins?
What's that?
And what lives there?
I'll explain later.
Don't all know what lives there, then.
The longest route, but the route I know best, is actually to travel along here, almost to the bridge to Kresk, and then south, and then across, and across.
But if we have to go to Argynvost first,
Is that?
yes.
Okay.
Of course, we can go there first. It is not far out of the way.
No.
I'm going to cast message and send it to Elian. Remember, we have to take your brother to as closest to the River Wine, Wizard Wine as we possibly can, being here.
We'll need to do that loop anyway, but making our way around the foothills of the mountains to Argynvost via that path is probably the easiest journey anyway.
Oh, this is, you two live in this land. We do not.
Mm-hmm. We will be travelling some of the way with my brother and his family, at least along the road.
Why?
Because
they're leaving Vallaki.
Perhaps for the best.
Yes, for the best.
Fine. Very well. Then, unless there's anything else, I'll prepare for the journey. Suggest you do the same.
we will go and do that somewhere that isn't here.
We should head back to the inn, inform Constance and Jakul of what we found and what we've planned.
Yes. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, you make your way back into Vallaki. I've even got 1 second.
We may have to think about being on watch for some part of the night. If Valaki's gates are not defended.
Oh, it doesn't come out very well. I'll just use the town one.
That's a massive horse.
It's huge.
Like the size of 4 people.
Midget horse.
Hopefully, the Burgomaster will begin seeing to the fortification of town as his first priority now things are settling down.
Yeah, good luck with that. Is there anything anyone else wants to do? It's probably about midday-ish by the time you get back.
What else is on our to-do list?
Nothing that we can do in
Quick.
8 hours.
So you've got the sort of day. If there's anything you want to be doing.
I'm going to be cleaning up the bodies from the West Gate.
Yeah, helping at the West Gate. Anyone else want to do
Helping at the
anything?
West Gate.
I'll come with you.
Back to the inn.
No, the Westgate.
Yeah,
We
Hessia's
should-
going back to the inn. Red? Anything you're doing?
Go back to the inn with Hessia.
Which is the inn on the map?
Oh, 1 second.
Right there. Right there.
Right there in the middle.
Right there.
Oh, there.
Right there.
That is actually
There.
the inn. Yeah, for once.
There.
God, I'm so good.
I worked out how to make myself not pink, and that makes me very happy.
Ah.
And then this is Lady Watcher's house.
Formerly Lady Watcher's house.
Yeah.
Now, Master Watcher's house.
No, this
And that's
is
the
maid.
Burgermeister's over here.
No, south down here.
I thought that was the Tanner's.
This house near it, not the orange one.
Oh, that one.
Or this blue one.
What's that one?
Either of these is good.
What's that, sorry?
The Burgermeister's
Is it
house.
The
blue?
Burgermeister.
So, those who are going to the West Gate, what sort of assistance are you offering? Are you just clearing out bodies, fortifying, working, encouraging? What are you doing?
Well, I think that Elian will be kind of trying to get a group together. If nobody's working on it already, he'll try and get a group together to sort of see about at least some kind of rough breastworks across the gap where the wall used to be. Hopefully there's like a stonemason or two kicking around that he can ask to come and give their expertise, but a rough wall of stones isn't the worst thing, if not.
So, what, looking to seal the entrance?
No, well, more because I think it used to be a gate and it's kind of a lot wider now.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That is correct.
So basically, trying to kind of reduce it from a large gaping hole in the wall down to a sort of a gate-sized opening again.
Okay, yeah. So, trying to do that rather than putting the gate in.
I'm going to be basically moving the bodies and using precipitation to clean off blood and stuff off the walls and things. So
Nice.
the workers, when they come, they kind of realise what's happening, and hopefully more people will come and join us.
Yeah, trying to encourage people to work. How long are you going to put in, hours-wise?
Until I'm done.
Elian is in no rush to go back to the inn of stabby knives. So a good afternoon's work.
Cool. Those back in the inn, is there anything you want to be doing? It's warm.
Fred is going to sit down and stitch the fabric she got and shape it into a cloak.
Ah, nice. Hessia?
She's not got any particular mission.
It's just going to
Find
chill out.
somewhere warm, comfortable, have a chill.
Yeah, you put your feet up and relax.
Yeah.
As the day goes along, and at about 3 o'clock, one of the main bells on the church is rung, and those over near the gate, you would see that the mayor, Vargas, is trying to call people to the west gate to assist with what's going on. People look scared of him and terrified, and seem to be looking around, not just for him, but for somebody else.
I will start circulating amongst the crowd and basically aim to encourage them to help fortify the town again, and B, basically letting them know that it turns out Lady Watcher was the head of a dark cult, and she's dead now.
Yeah, give me a persuasion, I guess you're going for.
Sure.
See how it's coming across. You've got no advantage or anything.
I will cast Fox's Charisma, or whatever the hell
okay.
you call it. Give myself advantage,
Okay.
because this is kind of important.
15.
15.
You rolled a 5 and you still got 15. That's mad.
Welcome to Bards. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you're not as effective as you think. There's a lot of people who are kind of worried, and you can tell there's a deep fear of this man. And a lot of people you think are just agreeing with him because they know that's the best option. And it seems to be, is this a test? Am I being tested right now? What should I do? Is the sort of consensus you gather from most of the people?
Well, there's a certain amount of they're only going to get. It's going to take time, but in the meantime, that kind of fear is. Elian will encourage them to help anyway. He'll point out that it doesn't matter who's in charge. It benefits everybody to have the town secure.
Yeah, work is going ahead, but it's slow and ponderous. But they're not making great time.
Is the mayor helping out, or is he just standing there?
He's not a super physically strong or fit man, but he's trying to give people orders of what to do, but he doesn't seem hugely competent.
I will message via message, so no one sees me talk to him. The best way of leading is by showing, wash some blood, get your hands dirty like the rest of us.
Yeah, would he? Yeah, he probably would. He kind of rolls his sleeves up and grabs some tools and sort of brushes and sweeps and starts tidying up. And still was not making great time. There's not that many people. A lot of the guards are on lookout rather than helping. But progress is definitely being made. Those in the inn. One second. Yevgeny is.
Evgeny.
Pardon?
Evgeny.
Is still there.
Oh, my buddy.
He looks like he's been drunk all night. And is just kind of sat alone at the bar by himself. You can hear the scurrying upstairs of people packing things hastily, and the sort of discussion of what they can fit on the cart and what they can't fit on the cart. But it seems quite happy from upstairs. Erwin makes his way down. He looks like he's been working pretty hard. "'Tis good to see you too."
How is the packing?
I fear that it will be all of Damia's stuff and none of mine. Danica, sorry. But
In the hand?
the boys seem happy. No, it is fine. Will you be ready to travel tomorrow?
Yes.
Hmm?
Good. How far will you travel with us?
I can't remember where on the map we pointed.
I'm sure
Pretty
you'll
close.
be welcome to
close to the
stay
way.
in the Wizard of Wines with us for a while, or as long as you like.
I'm afraid we won't be able to stay.
We have other things to do.
Ah, of course. But the invitation is there.
Thank you.
Tell me what happened last night.
It happened last night.
I've heard rumors. The Lady Watcher is dead, and apparently
Yes.
foul
Yeah,
magics.
she is.
The
We,
rumors are correct. She is dead.
How did she die?
we had a basement.
How did she die?
She was doing dark magic.
I think it was of her own doing.
Is that what Red
Found
thinks?
her. We found her dead.
And you had no part in that.
No?
I didn't know.
There was a lot of poison. Lots of poisonous things in her basement, however.
A shame. I was never a fan of that woman. Her sons. You can tell a lot about someone by the way they treat their sons.
They are
Yes.
the Watchers now. Those two boys
And their sister.
and the sister.
Yes, poor children. Anyway. One must always look after their children. Even if
Yes.
it means turning their back on others. So I am told.
This place will be better, I think, for not having the thing.
We'll see.
Now there is less division.
I hope you're right. I'll miss the old
So do I.
place. I may sound stupid, but I have some fond memories here.
It is home.
Yes.
Perhaps one day we will all get back home.
That will be good. Right, I must continue packing. Please. Make yourselves at home here. What's mine
Thank
is
you.
yours.
Thank you.
Mainly because I won't be able to take it all with me. I thank you for what you've done.
Thank you also.
He picks up a couple of bits and then kind of moves them out into the stables out the back. And you can hear Danica shouting at him not to be stupid and they'll never be able to take this. You see him kind of begrudgingly walk back in and puts it back.
Mm.
What's mine is yours. And that's where I think we'll leave it.
No.
Yeah,
Bit
makes
of an
sense.
early one. And now you're ready for next time setting off.
Ready for big boy adventure.
Big boy adventure.
Yeah.
And then
My adventure.
The others are ready as well.
Big boy adventure.
Excellent. Roll 20
Gosh.
confuses me. I'm not a fan.
There was a whole lot of dodging questions going on this session. It was lovely.
I did not tell any lies there at the end.
None of us did.
Or in the death of Lady
Ish.
Watcher.
I wasn't involved in the death of Lady Watcher.
I flicked a coin.
Huh?
Huh?
When Elian told me that he's 400 years old, I was like, oh. Okay, we're okay. I just walked straight back up there, just gone. Nope.
No.
Night.
That would have gone wrong.
That's why Gabriel was like, we're going to come back here once we're done with the Amber Temple.
Oh, is that what he meant?
And we're
Right.
going to have a 6 sword, hopefully,
6 sword.
if the cards are correct.
Yeah, I'm sure that will happen and everything will be good.
Everything's
Everything
going to
will be
be
hunky-dory.
fine. It's Barovia. Everything ends in a happy ending.
Yup.
So, I'm guessing we're going to be online for a bit with all of what's going on. So,
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. My
It's not
school
very
shuts from tomorrow.
Oh.
I need to. I can start making character sheets and try and get it working a bit better.
I can make up mine. It would be useful if we could get like all our spell lists and stuff because I can't remember.
Yeah, I think.
what
Also,
I've
we've
got.
got some of the spell cards that I use are different. They're not on the regular list.
It's because
Right.
when you're playing on Roll20, it isn't attached to Beyond, but it has the same
Yeah.
thing. But you have to
Yeah, like I've got.
you have to buy them. You have to buy. The
Oh,
books.
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got like I went on just like a D&D like thing just to find the spells, but some of the ones like Primal Fury and stuff like that aren't on there.
Yeah, it's because they haven't added a lot of like the extra stuff, or you've got to buy
Yeah.
the book because the compendium doesn't only covers a certain amount. Doesn't have Ghostwise Halflings. It doesn't
Yeah.
have Hidden Queen and stuff like that.
It doesn't
I've got
have
to say
one.
there is some really cool stuff about Ghostwise Halflings, even though it's like that much. There's some really cool stuff.
Because the issue with Roll20 is because if you don't have the books on your like compendium. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happened there.
Oh,
You
I've
alright?
disappeared. Yep.
You alright?
Apparently, my thing decided to reset.
yeah.
So yeah, as a player, I purchased the player's handbook and Dan's guide to everything, and now
Yeah.
that's in my D&D 5th edition stuff that I can use.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah.
a weird one, but it's depending on what version Adam has as
Mhm.
well. So if he's put any if he's got a subscription and stuff, depends on what he can do as well.
Yeah.
So
No, I got nothing.
we have to look into getting it. Just so you're using the free account. So if
Yeah.
you weren't using
I
the
got
free account,
I bought the Curse of Strahd one, so it was £20. And
Yeah.
that's why we got all these cool maps and stuff.
The maps do look really funky, actually.
Yeah, I like them.
It is nice seeing the maps.
Yeah. I'll do some practice and I'll get it good, because there may or may not be combat next time.
Yeah.
Depends how long we spend role-playing outside the gates of Vallaki.
Thank Gabriel that he's a problem.
hey, I'm not a problem. I'm a solver. I'm a straight up solver.
We'll all go to Ravenloft is definitely one solution.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
That's-
I didn't say when we'd go. I said we will go. I said I would go.
The deal he
I didn't say
made with
when.
you. The deal he made with you was you'll go to Kresk. If she's not there, you'll go to
Yeah.
Ravenloft.
So I
that's,
still won't-
that's
so-
not what he agreed to, though.
And the thing is I have until I have to go to Kresk, and I'm not going to Kresk anytime soon. So when I go to
Yeah,
Kresk,
that's true.
then I'm gonna go. So also, he's a 400-year-old thing that I'm gonna probably put an Eldritch Blast through the face.
Good luck with that. Good luck.
I don't know how to say he's dangerous in any stronger language. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm the winter soldier, yo.
You can add his head to your cloak, your shoulders, whatever, your mantle. That's the word.
Yeah.
Put it next to Isaac's.
Yes, yeah. What are you doing? I'm just killing everyone now. Rover needs cleansing.
No, we're good, thanks. It's fine. Just start with Strahd. We'll be fine with the rest of it. Apart from, everything else.
See what happens.
Right, I'm going to go send a annoying email. We'll try and promote it. I'll try and get it set up a little bit better for next time.
How many viewers did we have in the end?
Oh, like 10 to 12 at one point, I think. Now 6.
Oh.
Considering we didn't
But
advertise.
I didn't advertise it properly. I didn't want to advertise too hard for this one in case we
all the tech fell over.
I think the thing as well, being on being a different setup as well, because I've noticed on D&D Twitch when I was on it a couple of days ago, there's a lot of people using Roll20 at the moment because of course they've all split up, so a lot of people are like looking all over the place. And ours is pretty because of course we haven't used Roll20 before. It's very bland, so when it looks on Twitch, it just looks like
it looks like
not much. But then if you go onto other ones, there's like each person's in their own like little part of the screen, the map's in the middle, stuff like this. So there's things we can do to make it better.
You can pretty it up.
We are all currently
isolated.
Well, now that I'm not going into work tomorrow, I might have some time. We'll see.
Isolated.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been working from home, but I think I'm going to take tomorrow off sick. I'm just, like old school burnout.
It's a great thing to do at this sort of time.
I'm still in school tomorrow. We've got all the kids in until 1:30, and then they're getting dismissed.
Are they actually going to not do like GCSEs and stuff?
They've cancelled them. They've cancelled all exams.
That's mad. Is it all going to be like through coursework now then?
Coursework and predicted grades.
Wowza.
Which for some kids.
Why didn't that happen for me? Like I'd have been laughing.
For some kids, they're laughing because their predicted grade's good. For some kids, I imagine it'll probably not be as great.
Yeah. The thing is, with
it's a shame. I had the A-level exam, A-level performance exam next week, and now they don't get to do it.
It will be. It'd be really strange because of the I suck because being dyslexic. I suck at exams. Like sit me down in exams with my mind stuff. Suck. My coursework is what put all my grades up. So if it was just going off coursework grades, I'd be laughing. But then you've got other people that are amateur that are all about the exams,
Yeah, me. I did far better in exams than coursework. Always.
I think what this.
I always did better in coursework than exams.
I think what this will prove, though, is is we can't test people all on the same thing because you can ask a monkey to climb a tree, but you can't ask a goldfish to it. You know?
Exactly.
I mean, you can ask.
The goldfish won't be able to climb a tree, but the goldfish can stand underwater. The monkey will drown. Yeah,
it's that whole thing of like if you judge a goldfish its entire life on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its life thinking that it is stupid.
Do we wait a second? Do we now have a weekend free?
Possibly.
Depends. Yeah. Well, I was about to say, it depends if we can travel. Then I thought we can just do it on here. Yes, weekend's free because no LARP and no nothing.
Yeah, I know it's really.
So I decided my concept. I'm going to be a Warforged cleric of the Forge.
This is for the one shot now,
this
right?
This is for the one shot. I'm going to be a Warforged cleric of the Forge, gifted to the knight by his or her father to basically be the anvil for when she needs repairs.
Okay,
so do we just lay the knight over you and just... Do I need to have a hammer? Does the squire need a little hammer in his belt?
Squire definitely needs smith's tools, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair,
And all like polishing cloths.
polishing cloths.
After
Yeah,
a fight, you
polishing
can just
cloth. Can you see your face in it? Yes, sir, I can see my face in it.
little squeegee maybe.
How are you gonna? Have you decided how you're gonna play your knight?
Not completely useless, but
Completely
Definitely.
useless. Embrace the inner Clarence.
useless.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be. I've got as far as they're gonna be like the second child of a noble. So it's like, well, obviously my elder sibling will get all the glory, so I have to go and prove myself. Come, team, let us show father that I am worthy by going on a quest.
I don't know
Yeah.
how robot I'm gonna be as my Warforged. Beep boop beep.
Yeah, I can't decide. I'm torn between whether I'm going to be like super keen, competent squire of like, yes sir, or long-suffering squire.
Why not both?
Why not
Courtney.
both?
I'm just thinking about what's the film?
Knight's Tale.
Your Royal Highness. With,
Oh, Your Highness, yes,
yeah.
Courtney.
Courtney, you dickless wonder.
Courtney, you tickler's one.
Cool. Right, so we've got some time. I'll try and get Roll20 working a bit better.
I think it works pretty well considering.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the fact that we've never done it on here before.
Yeah.
yeah, we can pretty it up.
We can do
You're
this.
Yeah, I mean, adding Georgia for one thing. Georgia, you're right here.
What? Oh,
Yes,
You pretty it up.
We need Jackal and George's smiles, and then we're sorted. We can get away with that.
Seriously,
People must-
you're gonna give the rest of us complexes.
Our
I'm
fans
starting to feel
it
like
out a
a
little bit.
right uggo.
Because like they aren't used to seeing mine and George's faces straight on for this long.
oh yeah, they've only seen that
They've only seen that.
Profile.
profile.
I mean,
I just look like a really weird sea captain when I'm at home.
Arr.
Never mind seeing your the viewers seeing your faces. I'm not used to being able to just look directly at you while role playing without like leaning around.
Awesome. Right, I'm gonna go see Sandy.
Has advantages. That's what we're saying.
Yes, it has
right.
advantages.
Should we put on the old Facebook when the next one is? We can
Yeah.
decide.
We should agree a date.
Yeah.
In the next day or so, and then slap it up on the Facebook and actually publish.
I'm free. I'm free. I've already planned all my lessons for next week. I've planned my lessons for next week. It's fine. I've given them all shit to do.
Well,
if
could
people
we?
are freer, I really want to do some filming as well. Maybe we could do some filming. Now that my car works as well.
Are we allowed to? Are we allowed to do stuff?
We have to stay in our own homes, Adam.
No, we don't. No one's quarantined at the moment.
Yeah,
That's true. No
God.
one's
Before-
not technically locked down.
Before we get on to the topic of social responsibility, etc., 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 can people do next Thursday for Strahd?
Probably.
Did you already do?
I need to check. Sorry, I'm not with it. My brain is...
I imagine I could.
Yeah.
Let me see what's on my schedule. Nothing. Let me check my calendar.
I need to go and send this.
Actually, my calendar is pretty clear as well.
Next week, next Thursday. Yeah, I have a really long day of doing nothing.
Yeah, so look, 10 people or less is fine. So we can make a little film about something fun. That'd be good. I'll message people if
A
people
film
have got
about
more
something
time.
fun.
Yes. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to call it. Good game, guys.
All right, thanks
Right,
everybody.
bye.
I'll do some
Thanks.
practice on Roll20.
Bye.